Hey everyone, this is Ben and thank you for joining us on this episode of the Semper Gumbie channel. Well, I am still here at my off-grid cabin and on my property and doing as much work as possible that I can do before the super cold weather rolls in. We've been having some really cold temperatures here. We're talking in the teens, but no snow yet. Knock on cedar. But 2 videos ago, I did a review on solar panels on Sarge. And Sarge, you know, I mounted Dirt Box Overland mounted 2 100-watt panels on the top of the Dirt Box camper. And, you know, I've been having 200 watts of power coming in. So today we are going to be bumping it up 100%. And we're going to be talking about these 2 panels here. That's right. These 2 solar power panels are from a company called BougeRV. Now, BougeRV has been coming out with a lot of new products for 2026. And go to BougeRV.com and check out their website. They got everything from lights, blankets, to power stations, to solar power panels. I mean, just a wide variety of new stuff for 2026. But today we're going to be talking about this right here, the BougeRV Arch Pro 200. That's right, 200 watts each. And before we start the video, we would like to thank BougeRV for sending us the Arch Pro 200 for testing and review. These are the BougeRV Arch Pro 200 watt anti-shading N-type fiberglass solar power panel. That's right, when I say flexible, they can bend. They are portable 24 volts, 16 BB mono cell with 25% high efficiency compact for RV camping, home, boat, or off-grid, or any kind of surface that curves. Some of the features of the BougeRV Arch Pro 200 is these panels are more stable output. Now, you can say goodbye to unstable energy output with these panels. The upgraded bypass diode technology captures more energy even in low light conditions or partial shading, ensuring safety and stable power at all times. Now, you know, the sun moves, and when it does, you know, sometimes shadows get cast on these panels, and supposedly they will still put out some good output under low light and partial shade conditions. Now, they are also light. They only weigh 7.9 pounds, so under 8 pounds, and they're very thin, 2.5 millimeters thick. And having it flex up to 270 degrees matches more curved surfaces, allowing you to install where rigid solar panels cannot. Make full use of the limited space on your camper or your RV. Because they're so thin and flexible, like I said, you can bend them, but look how thin they are. That's right, they're so ultra thin. And the efficiency rate of these solar power panels are 25%. So I'm standing here on my property. I'm out here. It's a fairly sunny day. And, you know, I am under some of my trees, and that's going to be a good test for me to test the anti-shading function on these solar power panels. So let's go set up the BougeRV Arch Pro 200 and see what kind of wattage we get. So for this test, we're going to lay it on the ground, and that way we can hook up our power station and then get kind of a base line. So let's find the most sunny spot here, and think right here. Okay. And then we're going to use the MC4 to the XD connector to the power station. And today I'm going to use a Blue Eddy Elite V 200. Man, these power stations aren't light. Whew. Now the cords on the solar power panel are the same color, they're black. So make sure that you look at the label on there. This one is a positive, so normally it's red, and plug it into the right red connection. So that's just a pro tip. Or you'll show 0. Okay, we got it plugged in, and let's see what our power station says.
Okay, let's see what we got coming in. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see. Okay, let's see what we got coming in. We got about 180, 176 coming in. That's pretty decent. The sun is, there's a little bit of clouds, so it's fluctuating between 170 and 180. So that's pretty decent. All right, gang, there it is. I was pulling in about 160, between 160 and 180 in the full sun using these panels. So I'm pretty pleased with that. And you're not going to get the full 200 watts or whatever panel you get. You're not going to get the full 100% of each panel. That's very rare. But I'm happy with 160 to 180 on a sunny day. Now let's move this thing in the shade and see what kind of wattage we get there. Okay, we moved the Arch Pro 200 into some of the shade. You got some shade on this side and a lot of shade on this side. So just this one section's in the sun. And let's see what we're drawing here on the power station. A hundred. That's not bad at all for being in the shade. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I want to show you a comparison, the 350 watt solar panels compared to the 200 watt, and we'll see what the difference of wattage is coming in. Okay, well, we're drawing about 93. I saw 100 at one point. So I'm going to call it, well, it's going up because the sun's moving. So it's mid 90, so I'm going to call it 100 watts coming in to the 350 watt panels that is partially shaded. All right, gang, there it is. The testing of the BougeRV Arch Pro 200 and the specs. As you could see in this video, the test that we ran, it wasn't bad at all for a solar panel that's so thin and light. Now, I put up the other solar power panels so you could see or compare the difference. Now those solar panels are about 30 pounds. So, take it as it is. They are foldable, they're easy to transport, but they are a lot bigger than this panel behind me. So, it all depends on your situation and all your needs when you do dispersed camping, how much power that you will need to power up your rig. For me, I think a good standard is between 200 and 400 watts. But, like I said, solar panels isn't the solution to all your charging needs, because on inclement weather, you may not have sun for a couple days, or if it's raining. So, take in that consideration when you do decide you want to use solar or another way to keep your rig charged. So if you got any questions, pop them in the box below. Oh, it's windy. So if you like this video, please subscribe, like, and comment. That helps the channel out a lot. Check out my other channel, Off-Grid Gumbie, and we started a lot of the off-grid living with that. In fact, these panels are going to go over the shower house, and I'm going to mount it up there so I can use that for lighting and powering stuff out there. But yeah, and also check out our Patreon page, man. We have a lot of Patreons that have just joined in. We're doing the Gumbie Gathering 2026. They are all been invited to come to that as well in Lake Wichita State Park next November. But yeah, check out Semper Gumbie on Patreon. As little as $3 a month, you could be a Patreon. But anyway, Merry Christmas, and I want to wish you guys a Happy New Year. So until the next video, this is Semper Gumbie out.